Man, oh man, oh man, we're gonna try to stream one last time from Simbaland. I know y'all like, brother, I tell you up late again. I'm back on summertime hours. Y'all heard me, I'm back on summertime hours. So listen, I put a link up on Gye-Nyame Journey, letting you know that if you wanted to hear the show this morning and you're having problems catching the stream, you need to go to our Spreaker site. It's up on Gye-Nyame Journey. I'm about to go to my own place and stream and also post it up so that those out there that want to hear the final results, because y'all know I came back to Columbus for about 2 hours last night for the ADOS meeting, and we definitely got a lot to chop it up about. We got a whole lot to chop it up about on the state of ADOS in Columbus and possibly the nation, and some stuff that Brother Hatim would suggest we look out for. So catch the stream if you are having problems with the stream, with watching. Let me make sure they understand. I got it. Having. Come on now. Yeah, it's time for me to get a new device. If you are having problems with viewing the stream, go to our podcast. Podcast is where you're always conscious, because in most cases and in most places I can stream the podcast. So, just trying to keep up with my family. You know what I'm saying? Trying to let y'all know that we out here doing our thing. I shared it on my story as well, the last day of Simba. So make sure you check us out on the podcast if you can't catch the stream live. So let's see where we are as far as the stream and whether or not I need to go on and shut it down, because it look like nothing happening. So on the dashboard they say, oh, it's sending data. Come on, man. Alright, so family, y'all know what we do. In order to toast the ancestors, we got to take care of ourselves first. So, here we go. Uh-oh, it got me up. Got me up on something. Alright, damn, this I'm online on YouTube. Warning. Yep. Okay. So we online. So, here we go. got to remember that we do our ancestors no justice by being unhealthy and doing what we do. So family, like I said, 2 major rules on the toast. We get hydrated by drinking water. We take our breath. We stretch out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I know for a lot of you that are super active, there's not a lot, but then, there's some of us that are not super active. Some of us that are not running or going to gyms and stuff. So it's some basic things that we could do to stay healthy so that we can stay in tune and be able to really honor our ancestors. Because like I said, one of the reasons I started this show was to talk about some of the health issues that's going on in our community and some of the simple remedies or some of the simple things that we could do. And we talk about the 4 pillars of health often. You know what I'm saying? 4 pillars of health. And Gye-Nyame, we got 4 pillars. Water. My first one is breath. Many of us, we lose control of our emotions. We lose control of our health because we're not breathing right. Some of y'all are mouth breathers. Some of y'all, we're not sleeping right. We're not getting the proper amount of oxygen so that our body and our brain can respond. You know what I'm saying? So we out here we're making bad decisions in a bad situation. You understand what I'm saying? On the battlefield of America, we need to be running on all cylinders. Breath is the first key. The next one is drinking the proper amount of water every day. And that is half your weight in ounces. Once again, so if you weigh 100 pounds, this means that you need to be partaking in at least 50 ounces of water a day. Very simple, family. A very simple process, something that all of us can do and start adding to our life. Next one is eating culturally appropriate foods. Adding culturally appropriate foods to your diet. There are plenty of the African Heritage Diet is out there and it's free and you can do the research. It's good information and it plugs you into food that your body was designed to consume. You don't have to give up your steaks. You don't have to give up your pork. You don't have to give up your pizza. All we're saying is add culturally appropriate meals to your diet. Culturally appropriate oils, culturally appropriate drinks that can help you and help you pull on the energy. Now, if you want to give up some of those things, which will be good for you too, you can, right? But what I'm saying is start adding as well. Put some healthy stuff inside of you, right? And then you can start subtracting because once you start feeling good, man, the sky's the limit. Last one is a movement. Here we just do a little stretch, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't even stretch no more. You know what I'm saying? Life's so easy. You can wake up and turn on the TV and your body warm up. Before you know it, you getting up, you moving around, you're not stretching your body out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We got to be able to take care of ourselves in order to really take care of our ancestors, to be of any service to our ancestors. So I'm going to pour this libation or this toast real quick, Been sipping on ambrosia all week. I got a supply at the crib right now that's sitting up there maturing. And I am going to go. And tomorrow we're going to be I want to show you some of this for my coffee. Like I said, check the newsletter because in the newsletter, I gave a recipe for, making the coffee culturally appropriate, healthy. You know what I'm saying? Add just a few ingredients to your coffee that, can help you out. And it's it's not sugar. You know what I'm saying? All right, so I'm going to pour some of this back in here because I'm going to give me a nice cup of coffee. Because, like I said, the libation circle will be starting. Actually, the libation circle started out there. I was running late. We had the crossover ceremony last night. So the young people will be preparing to come home. So those that are parents, you know what I'm saying, y'all be on the lookout because the young Simbas are coming back to town. At least the ones that became Simbas. You know, everybody don't become Simbas. We don't just give it away. You got to earn it, right? So here we go. We're sending it out. I'm sending out the black signal. And while the black signal is going out, let me remind you that you are now standing in the congregation of the mighty. This is the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds muscle. Family, this is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Of course, you know this is the Daily Toast, and this is a Heart of a Simba production in the Simba land. Man, it's been a long time. We did it they had the reunion here, and I did it. I did a live show from the school because they were staying at the school the first night. So it's been about 2 years. It's actually good to be home. You know what I'm saying? And last but not least, family, we strive to blow up your old paradigms. Yesterday was a very busy day. As I get older, I have to do different duties. It's hard for me to see at night, so I can't get out here and walk at night like I used to. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's crazy. And check this out, family. This is what I'm saying, right? This is the importance of legacy and passing stuff down. So there's a technique that I use, right, that can help you walk through the woods at nighttime, right? I learned it years ago, and I was having problems seeing the path because this was an unfamiliar path. Because we only here for 4 days. We got off the bus and got right into it. And usually what I have time to do is to explore a little bit and start learning about the area. And I didn't have an opportunity to learn about the area. So I'm out in the woods last night, and I do the high temp thing. Restreamio dropped off again. So anyway, I do the high temp thing. I say, well, I'm walking back up to the thing. Let me know when y'all ready. So, because we took some wood down for the fire. So, I walked down to the place without a flashlight. People had light in front of me, so I was able to see the path. So, and I'm carrying a load of wood down for the fire, for the ceremony for the young men, right? Restreamio is tripping. And my producer is going to be tripping. Gina is my producer, and she will be tripping because she say she can't hear me and she get upset when the show ain't right. They learn it. I mean, like I said, legacy, right? So I walk away, and I have to go back once again. As you get older, there's a different type of humbleness that you are exposed to, right? Because this type of shit I'm not used to doing. Like, I walk off into the woods and like I couldn't see the path like I used to. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to use my feet because I got my sandals on, and that makes it easier for you to find a path. I'm like, damn, but I know there's a drop off around here because I hear the water, and you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to. All right. So I go back and I say, dang, I need a flashlight. And I reach in my pocket. I said, oh, I got my cell phone. So I reach in my pocket, and one of the young men come up to me and be like, I tell him, don't pull out the cell phone. I said, what? He said, you showed us how to walk through the woods at nighttime. I'm going to get you to the path. I said, oh. So he gets up in front of me and does it. I'm like, oh, man, dude. I said, wow. You know, and it was like, you know what I'm saying? It was one of those confirmation moments. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't know and I hope that a lot of my people out there are able to get confirmation moments where the stuff that you do, you see it manifest in other people around you, it is such a life affirming piece. To see the work and the research that you did and the practices that you do move from one generation to another generation. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's just something simple. Brother Shaka's on the line, and he said he found he found a perfect second fermentation process, right? And I'm about to get on that. We'll be toasting and talking tomorrow morning, so we'll be streaming on all cylinders by tomorrow. We're gonna have a conversation about everything that happened in the week, because I have not been able to keep up totally with the news like I usually would, because the signal is bad out here. But because we were close enough to Columbus, and it was kind of like it was a phase down, because usually on the last day of the camp we do a day of silence, and there's not a lot of stuff going on. So I was able to get away, and I went to Columbus for an ADOS meeting. Now, the hosts were fantastic. They came with the numbers, came with the information, right? But then, once again, because family, what we got to be very careful is the fact that everybody don't deserve to talk. And I know this runs against the grain of the recent shit that we're going through as a people. You know what I'm saying? But some people just need to not talk. And let me say this, and it's not because they're not intelligent, right? If you don't agree with reparations, why go to a reparations meeting? If you don't agree or don't know the philosophy of the ADOS piece, right? Shut up and learn, right? Family, we have a major issue in our community with motherfuckers confusing income and credit with wealth. Let me say that again. We have a major issue in our community with people confusing, caught up in the illusion that a good credit score and a good income is equivalent to wealth. And until we get over that hump, we're going to have people disrupting meetings when they should be in another place organizing their own shit. Now, one of the things I won't tolerate is that, because I've been in this moment before. At 51 years old, I'm able to reflect back. I've been in this moment before. We was in this moment in the late 80s, early 90s. Young people on fire. Young people want something different. Young people researching their culture, right? Trying to find out who they were, trying to find out their identity in the world. And out of that came this whole Afrocentric movement that was strong all over the country. Yes, I know a lot of elders had laid out the groundwork, but it was the energy of the young folks that pushed it forward. It was the same thing with the civil rights. It was the same thing with the Marcus Garvey movement. Young people. And I'll be damned in my lifetime if I'm on a line. Is there any of the kids in here? Any old fuckers or know-it-all financial gurus to come in and fuck up what these young people are doing. Now, I have nothing against you wanting to do for self. But when you listen to and learn about the ADOS philosophy, it's not against you doing that. But that's not the place for you to come and advertise your wares. because that's what I saw last night. I saw people who have a vested interest in people investing in their company. I'm not against you getting out and getting yours. As a matter of fact, let me put it this way: I'm against the way we've been taught to get out and get yours, because it's all been about get the bag and that's it. Go to college, get a job, get your life together, and escape blackness. Because really, when you look at it, that's the whole equation that they gave us. But when you know better, you do better. Y'all get it? Y'all with me? I don't know if y'all can see me on Facebook or YouTube, but I know you can hear me on Spreaker. Take a moment, go to the Spreaker channel, so that we can go on and go. Matter of fact, I just got a text or an email from the people at the ADOS piece. Because these young people, they're trying to do their thing, and I'm like, yo, and I want to encourage that. I want to support that in every way possible, because I get sick of going to these meetings, not just going to the meetings, but I'm getting sick of people talking about our people as if we did not do certain things. When you come in ignorant of history, you liable to get slapped around. Let me say that again. When you come in ignorant of history, you liable to get slapped around, because you come with a plan thinking that you're Marcus Garvey. Well, not even knowing that you what you're talking about is the same thing that Marcus Garvey did. Coming in talking because you don't know that this is what you're talking about is the very same thing that Tulsa, Oklahoma did, or Mount Vernon, Columbus, Ohio did, or the valley on the west side of Akron did. Many people come in ignorant of history, believing that we as black folks never did anything. Here in America, we just sat here and took the goddamn beating. Family, I'm here to tell you, every little scheme, damn near every idea that you have as far as financial literacy, far as everything, we done did everything but demanded reparations. So if you have that stuff and you want to come to these meetings and you want to do the thing with the ADOS, keep that shit in your back pocket. Make it work for you. Make it work for your group. This is why I keep on telling people, you're not nation building. You tribe and family building. We at the tribe and family level. And many people can't accept that. You can't accept that. Organize your city. Hell, organize your goddamn block before you start talking this whole nation building shit. I'm just saying, come with a tribe. When you standing by yourself, you by yourself talking about all the shit that you done did financially. First off, I got to wonder, what the fuck you doing at an ADOS meeting on the third floor of the public library? You need to be hobnobbing with your crew, talking about the moves that you're going to make. No, you're in that room because you want to steal people from that group that's having that meeting. I've been in this game too long. I've been in it too long. A lot of y'all coming with half-baked shit. And you don't understand the difference between the average and the median. You don't understand some of the shit that's going on. Y'all honestly think that black folks as a group, as creative and as resilient as we are, that we are the bottom cast of America because we're not by block so that we can get our demands recognized. Many of us don't understand politics. Many of us think that economics is just about money. So we lose because we are not, we're in the game and we don't understand the rules. And even if you try to step out the game, you're still in the game, because every time, I keep on telling you, every time you buy one of your Black and Milds, or you go buy one of the wraps for your weed, or you go buy some candy, or you put gas in your car, or you go and get those new shoes, or you go buy them pants, you are paying into a system that has systematically decided that you are the bottom class, and they're going to build off of you. I mean, this is why I keep on telling y'all, we need to tribe up. Tribe up. Either build you a tribe and find your tribe. And then let me say this. Stop going. It's almost like, for example, when we go camping, there are always scavengers. Not in our camp, because that's our village. But around the edge of the village, you always have scavengers. They're called raccoons, possums, because they're waiting for the scraps. They're waiting for the weak to fall off. You understand what I'm saying? And when that loose piece fall off, they run up and they grab it. And a lot of people come to these meetings like vultures, like scavengers, trying to pick people off. And it's foolishness. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna get in here. We're gonna pour these. We're gonna toast up real quick. I'm gonna confirm. I'm gonna set up an interview with the brother and the sisters from the ADOS movement and talk with them. Also, we will be having on the G&J Mall on July 27th. On July 27th, and during that period, we will have a session about reparations. You know what I'm saying? And maybe we'll make this a regular part so that we can start, getting people aware of the whole reparations piece, getting you a little bit more information. You know what I'm saying? And then, because I want you to come. You know what I'm saying? Listen, let me say this. I want you to come, and I want you to get the information. But if you have something else that you want to present on, you could talk with us, and we can make room for you to do that. Right? I'm just saying. So don't come to the reparations meeting disrupting this shit with your personal beliefs. Because I'm one that understand the power of the stubborn minority. I've been around too long. The stubborn minority. It's the stubborn minority that always wins. It's the stubborn minority that runs this country. It's the stubborn minority that runs companies. It's the stubborn minority that runs education. It's the stubborn minority that makes change in the world. And we are part of that stubborn minority, family. Or you can be. Rather than being the complacent motherfucker talking about, you ain't gonna get you. No, we ain't actually. We gonna take our shit. We demanding our shit. That's government's job. Part of government's job is protecting its citizens. As black folks, we have not been able to experience full protection from this country since we got off the goddamn boats. And for those of you that believe that you was already here, since they got here. What reparations is a demand. And what comes with a demand, you know what happens? After you build a momentum for a demand, and you have the clout, you have the social clout, you have that possible threat level where they have to sit down and talk with you, that's when negotiations happens. Marcus Garvey talked about when you go to a negotiation, the first thing y'all talk about in a negotiation is what each party can do to the other. And then we find a middle ground where we don't have to do those extreme things. Come on, family. I got children, like many of y'all, and the chief concern for me is that whole wealth gap thing and the whole projection. Because understand, numbers tell a story. They show patterns, just like a story. And when you look at the story that these numbers that they are putting out, that these numbers that they're working on, it shows a systematic, on-purpose effort to push our people into oblivion. And because we ain't got nowhere to go, we have to fight right here. We have to make our stand, or we fail our future generations. And that shit is unacceptable. So I'm gonna post up while I still got the signal up. Catch the show on Spreaker. Signal is better. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to get up and get, because we about to do the closing ceremony if they ain't already over there bouncing and stuff, and I still got a whole bunch of videos I have to cut and share on Rescue Release from the Store, and hopefully, probably by the next newsletter we'll be able to post some stuff in the next newsletter, because it will already been approved by the board. So, all right, so family, here we go. First off, giving honor to the Creator by whatever name you choose to call that Creator. We raise up our glass and we salute that Creator and we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move on. And once again, it's my honor to constantly toast your ancestors. I need my black book too. Excuse me. We don't want to leave nobody out, because yesterday, some of my young men added their ancestors to the list, because I told them, I said, we got to take care of our ancestors so our ancestors could take care of us. All right? When you know better, you do better. All right, so here we go. Lifting up our ancestors. We have Miles Brown, Ms. Ann Robert, and Texana Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilley, George and William Walter, Christopher Fanny Gatson, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland, Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Elvira Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Kelly Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallar, Montague Pittman L, No More X, Pet Mount Rob, Malika Kapoor, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofor, Hector Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pullian, the Luxter brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janet Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trigg, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Rinderman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend Jane Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kelly D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bert Beatty, Sel Weller, Vita Farmer, Augusto Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Linda Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keachler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Farrell Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.E. Johnson, Delrita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie Lester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Kayla, Rosemary Martineer, Elder Amitep Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Eleanor Howe, Franklin Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy M. Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Wood Joe Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carlos Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Dilly Montaries, Jean and Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan, William Walter West, Nigel Parrish, Elder Basiji Falani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Wallace, DeFriedis Hines, Annas Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winfrey Scantleberry, Wilson Haley, Elma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Peanut Carter, Michael Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Nalon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, R.G. Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gasson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word, the First Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Mina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavers, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, G. Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Adam McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Aunt Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Byrne, Bradley Kim, Janie Hare, Thelma Cates, Mr. Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatchett, Senior, Melly Miller, Housie Hashtag Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Doretha Ross, Viola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Anita Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Coper, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornanda Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, May Williams, Leroy Q. Heap Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Hurley Earleton Houston, Led Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Remy Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, Javea McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekamaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadex, Reginald Oliver, Marjorie Cover, George Swan, and Money and Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles A. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNair, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. We move and we open the book. We have Joella Giles, James Carswell, Liberta Adams, Aunt Sis, Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shane, Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damian Top, Wastina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joey, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jamonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McCarroll, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Severin Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sade Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacy Trice, Denisa Gore, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khaled Hassan, also known as Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flint, Albert Woods, Geneva Simmons. Well, let me say that again. Nigel Turner, also known as Khalid Hassan. So, however, I'm gonna talk to the person that gave me that name so that I can go and get that right. Demetrius Lewis Flint, Albert Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gant, Sharifa, Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominique Nichols, Ruth Elaine Johnson, Teresa Sambu, Aunt Maxine, Uncle James, Henry Monger III, Tamara Dowdy, Nicole Harris, Julia Taylor, Richard Bozeman II, Ruth Carter, John Carter, Mr. Thornton, somebody put Jonna, so I got to figure that out. We got Deshandra, Lynette, Lewis, Henderson, Mosley, and Charles Jordan. We lift up our glass in celebration of these ancestors. And I thank y'all once again for entrusting me with, I guess, being an ancestor keeper, I guess. I don't know. You know, titles will come. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, we want to lift it up and we want to salute. And we say, Ashe. Family. From there, we move to the present moment. Where my present moment at? Want to make sure I get everything. There we go. I gotta get a bigger table and a setup like this at my house so I can get up and move around once I get this Pivo working. All right, so family, we are on Nia. We want to raise our glass to this moment. Really, the only time we ever really got. Family, we have a responsibility to dominate in our moment. We have a responsibility to rule in our moment. This is our moment. This is all we have, right? Of course, you know those that, you know, we get deeper in Gye-Nyame, we talk about being generational people and we come back. But hey, while you're in this moment, you got to make this place a better place for your children, your children's children on to infinity. So that when you come back, you ain't got to deal with the same shit that you left. Many of us got so caught up in our lives, we forget that in a sense, we are laying the foundation for those to come. Those to come. Not only in your bloodline, but all of the tribes that are connected to your bloodline. When we read these sheets, when we talk about the people on these sheets, most of these people are in our tribal bloodline. What is a tribe? A tribe is a group of families. Those families have ancestors. I read all of them together because I want our ancestors to start waking up. I want our ancestors to start getting the energy that they need so that they can start assisting us in our lives and the stuff that we're doing. Either what we're doing is real or we sitting up here doing make-believe. And we're going to talk about that. I think we're going to talk about that tomorrow. Either what we're doing is real or what we're doing is make-believe. We can't be dumb. Come on, family. So for those that don't know, today is Nia. I want you to activate your reticular formation. We're going to go out and we're going to seek Nia. I'm going to try to get some film of Nia today because you're going to see some young people on purpose today popping it off. For real. So we want to seek out purpose. We want to take pictures of purpose. We want to post it up. Hashtag purpose. Hashtag purpose found. Hashtag Nia. Hashtag Nia found. However you want to do it. Hashtag Nia. You know what I'm saying? Because we can start categorizing that and we can pull down that hashtag and see all the stuff popping off on each day. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to start doing that. Start pulling down the hashtag every day and reposting some of that stuff on Gye-Nyame Journey. Let's see. Yeah, let's do that. Either I or one of the administrators. I'm gonna talk to all the administrators because we got to have a social media training, family. And by the way, this has been a crazy week for me, speaking of the moment, right? Crazy week for me. I built up and I had a 7-day e-course that I was ready to launch. And up here, fucking with this raggedy internet, but it's in the woods, what did you expect? I lost the whole damn thing. So I got to go and I got to recreate, and I'm going to do that. You understand what I'm saying? It's gonna take a little bit of time, but I'm gonna be ready to launch by next week. I'm gonna be back where I was by next week. But then there's been a lot of other crazy stuff going on around me personally. I'm like, wow, you know what I'm saying? And it's like I gotta evaluate my feelings. How do I feel about this? Am I mad, sad, or scared? Do I feel peaceful, powerful, or joyful? You know what I'm saying? We gotta use our tools. Either what we're doing is real or it's not. Nia, for those that don't know and don't speak the language, Nia means purpose. The demonic principle of the day is balance. The color is yellow. The hermetic law is rhythm. Male name is Kofi. Female name, Afua. So we raise our glass to this moment and we say Ashe. From there, family, you know where we're going. We're going from here to our children. Raise up the glass for our children's children on to infinity. From there, we move on. And we toast all of our relations all the way up. And I'm out here in nature, so I get everything, right? So we toast all of our relations. From all of our relations, family. Oh, I'm sorry. So keeping with my word, we are on Neoborn, God image Afi, male name. Here they say Kofi, and Afua, we say Kofi. It's Kofi on this one, and on this one is Kofi. So Kofi, or Kofi, your choice. You are known to be a person full of growth, creativity, and ingenuity. You are always anticipating what can be done. You are a wanderer. You have the quality of right timing. As you learn to anticipate the future, you increase your control over the direction of your future. What the hell was that? As you learn to anticipate the future, you increase your control over the direction of your life. Your primary source of well-being is the conviction that your life has meaning and direction. You have the delicate web of love, work, family, purpose, and pleasure that might support a fully engaged life. To a considerable degree of right timing, you are capable of training your powers to predict the future. You can search far and find a new dream if you are aware that you are approaching a dead end. Find a new dream if you are aware that you are approaching a dead end. During an accident in your career, you see your new dream. You are adept in anticipation, imagining. What in the world is all that shit? These sounds. Might have been hacked. Shit. You see your new dream. You're adept in anticipation, imagining future bends in the road, and preparing to shift gears in advance. You do realize the best choice does not always turn out to be the right one. You have the ability to accept that some people of lower consciousness develop bitterness, which derives from their dwelling on a rational choice that turned out to be wrong. You are a person who sees future possibilities when the road clears and you see the opening and risk taking it. Now, family, maybe I might need to add this as part of our regular daily show, because I need to remind y'all, because family, if we take these 7 qualities and we meld them into a tribe, masculine and feminine, what's going to stop us? I just read to you about Neoborn having the ability to predict the future. This is our ancestors talking. They can anticipate future events. We heard about the power of the Moja born and the power of the Kuji Chagalia born and the Ujima and the Ujama Nia. We done did Kaumba, we did Amani. Maybe I need to remind y'all every day of your amazing superpowers. Your amazing superpowers. Right? We need to go and form our Justice League, family. Shit, I'm just telling you. Once we really start plugging into who we really are, plugging into our roots and embracing what we are and when we are, we're going to be unstoppable. But hey, listen, so we raise up the glass. We did all our relations. So now this is that personal toast. What is it that you need right now in this moment to be the best that you can be? Come on now. Ashe, last but not least, family, I want to raise my glass up to the most positive. No, the most balanced. You know what I'm saying? Because life with too much positive becomes boring. You got to have some of the ups and downs so that you could learn and become wise. All right, let's get off of that. So the most balanced individual in the room right now, raise my glass to your beautiful self, right? And we say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Y'all busted me. This ain't real glass. I'm in the woods. I wasn't bringing my glass. No. I didn't even know what the accommodations look like, so I want to be sure. There'll be a lot of concrete on these floors, man. I'll set my glass down just a little bit too hard, and my baby will break. I'm not on that. We not having that. Not on Gye-Nyame journey time. No. All right, family. So look, I'm about to go out here and catch up with my Simbas. We have to get packed up. We have to get this place cleared out and cleaned up. Leave it better than we found it, and then we gonna hit the road. So, as they say, the road to Simmerland is long, rough, and rugged. Right? Gye-Nyame, stand up. Let's get it. Right? Go out and have a great and magnificent day. All right, peace.